Welcome to Eye on the Tigers News. I'm Josh Yurden. Thanks for joining us for the news we've been following for you. A federal appeals court will decide whether to reinstate President Donald Trump's travel ban after a contentious hearing in which judges hammered away at the administration's motives for the ban, but also directed pointed questions to an attorney for two states trying to overturn it. It was unclear which way the three judges of the San Francisco-based Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals would rule, though the legal experts said the states appeared to have the edge. A ruling could come as early as Wednesday and could be appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell led a party-line rebuke Thursday night of Senator Elizabeth Warren for her speech opposing Attorney General nominee Jeff Sessions, striking down her words for impugning the Alabama senator's character. In an extraordinarily rare move, McConnell's interrupted Warren's speech in a near-empty chamber as the nomination debate heads toward a Wednesday evening vote, and said that she had breached Senate rules by reading past statements against Sessions from figures such as the late Senator Edward Kennedy and the late Coretta Scott King. It was the latest clash in the increasingly hostile debate over confirming presidential Trump's cabinet, during which Democrats have accused Republicans of trying to force the nominees without proper vetting. The Senate on Tuesday confirmed school choice advocate Betsy DeVos as Education Secretary by the narrowest of margins, with Vice President Mike Pence breaking a 50-50 tie in a historic vote. Two Republicans joined Democrats in the unsuccessful effort to derail the nomination of the wealthy Republican donor. The Senate historian said Pence's vote was the first by a vice president to break a tie on a cabinet nomination. Democrats cited her lack of public school experience on financial interest in organizations pushing charter schools. Republicans Susan Collins of Maine and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska fear that DeVos' focus on charter schools will undermine remote public schools in their states. Radiation levels inside a damaged reactor at a Japanese nuclear plant are far higher than what it would take to kill a person within just a few weeks. The Fukushima plant suffered a triple meltdown of its reactors after it was damaged by a tsunami in March 2011. Radiation levels inside one of the damaged reactors are now at their highest point since the time, according to The Guardian. The plant's operator, Tokyo Electric Power, recorded readings as high as 513 sieverts an hour inside the containment vessel of a reactor at the site, The Guardian said. A sievert is a measurement of radiation. Some experts described the recent reading at Fukushima as unimaginable, The Guardian said. The previous record high reading is the past of the reactor was 73 sieverts an hour. The developer of the stalled Dakota Access oil pipeline could get clearance from the Army as early as Wednesday to finish the $3.8 billion project, though the American Indian tribe that has led the battle against the project for months has vowed to continue the fight. The Army said Tuesday that it will allow the four-state pipeline to cross under a Missouri River reservoir in North Dakota, the last big chunk of construction. The Standing Rock Sioux promised to fight the development in court. Someone bid nearly $100,000 on eBay for a Cheeto that bears a resemblance to the slain gorilla Harambe. The seller said he found the cheese snack in a bag of flamin' hot Cheetos. Bidding began at $11.99 on January 28th. It ended early Tuesday morning with a winning bid of $99,900. The list showed a picture of the Cheeto side by side with a gorilla climbing a tree. Harambe has become fodder for the internet jokes since his death last May. After a cloudy and windy start to our Wednesday, the sun came out. That's right. In case you weren't sure, that was indeed the sun that came out just around 9 a.m. and had actually hung around for a while. And temperatures responded, shooting well above normal. We almost hit 40 this afternoon. Warmer temperatures will not last, though, as a new front approach is shifting the winds aloft from a southerly flow to a more northern flow, and with it, ushering in much colder temperatures beginning tonight. The highs tomorrow will only be in the upper teens, and a cool and steady breeze is going to make it feel much colder. It is that breeze that will set the stage for some more lake effect snow. Actually, just this morning, a lake effect snow watch was issued for our area until Friday morning. While last week, the lake effect snow impacted areas just north of us, this lake effect event looks like it will impact central and southern Oswego County, and the early indications are that the snow could be heavy if the bands of snow get a contribution from the upper Great Lakes. It's still a little too early to make a call on how significant a snow event this will be, but it certainly bears watching. In the meantime, we're about to turn very cold again, and of course, the clouds come back. That's the forecast. I'm Josh Yurden. Syracuse basketball continued its win streak last night, this time with a buzzer beater. Here's Mr. Charbonneau with the highlights.
They needed overtime last week, a huge comeback last weekend, and a three-pointer at the buzzer last night. That's right, the Syracuse Orange. They've been living on the edge now for almost a month now, and they've got a 5-game winning streak to show for it. Last night, freshman Tyus Battles' last-second three-pointer gave the Orange a comeback 82-81 victory over Clemson, in effect keeping the Orange hopes for an NCAA tournament bid alive, at least for another weekend. Now, the Orange found itself down by 9 with just 7 minutes left in the game. They battled back to take a 1-point lead, only to lose the lead again with just under 10 seconds left before John Gillen dumped the ball off to Tyler Lydon, who couldn't find a shot for himself but found a wide-open battle for the game winner. Now, the win leaves the Orange at 8-4 in the ACC and 16-9 overall. The team travels to Pittsburgh on Saturday, a team that the Orange manhandled last month in the Carrier Dome. Tip time is Saturday's game is 1 o'clock. Now, California high school basketball player LaMelo Ball, he scored 92 points, 41 of them in the fourth quarter, to help his Chino Hills team beat Los Osos 146-123 on Tuesday night. Ball, just a sophomore, he only had 29 points at halftime. He made 37 of 61 shots from the floor, including 7 of 22 from behind the three-point line. And he hit 11 of 14 free throws, and he had 7 assists and 5 rebounds. LaMelo's brother, LiAngelo, well, he's Chino Hill's leading scorer. He sat out the game with an ankle injury. Both brothers, well, they have an older brother who's committed to UCLA and who is also projected to be a top 5 pick in this year's NBA draft. Sticking with basketball, well, Mexico basketball team, it's still just one win away from clinching a sectional berth after last night's 48-42 loss at Central Square. Senior Dylan DeLong had 17 for the Tigers, who take on Auburn home Friday night. The Lady Tigers, they also dropped its game to Central Square last night, 58-19. Senior Abby Weber led the Tigers with 9 points. Mexico wrestling, well, they've got a big weekend coming up, and several of their wrestlers are seeded in the Section 3 Wrestling Championships at OCC Saturday, with winners assured a spot in the state championship tourney in Albany the last weekend of February. Jaden Allen and Mike Ladd, Dean Shambo, Curtis Diamond, and Brandon Gracie, they're all seated in the top 4 of their respective weight classes. And finally, the Section 3 Girls and Boys Indoor Track Championships. Well, they take place also at OCC starting Thursday night. And finally, the Boys Swimming and Diving Championships, well, they also get underway. They start Saturday at Nottingham. That's a look at sports. We hope you have a great day.
The annual True Beauty Project takes place tomorrow. Photos will be taken in the Hungerford Library throughout the day. There will be a New Visions presentation in the Hungerford Library on February 14th during 5th block for students interested in New Visions their senior year. Interested students should stop in to Student Services. Juniors and seniors should also stop into Student Services if they are interested in attending a college fair at OCC later this month. The French Club is sponsoring the 26th annual semi-formal dance on Friday, March 3rd, from 8 to 11 p.m. for all high school students. This year's theme is the White Knights of Paris. Tickets are available from French Club members and are on sale now. And finally, the students are reminded that there are no classes on Friday this week due to Staff Development Day. That's it for us today. We're back at it again here on Thursday. For the staff on Eye of the Tigers News, I'm Josh Yurden. Have a great day.